Hello everybody, how's your day? Hopefully it's going incredible because mine sure is. Today we're going to be working on some kickboxing. Now, I know what you're asking. Master Nick, this is Taekwondo class. Why are we doing some kickboxing? Well, I decided it may be a good workout day today. Something that's good to do. I always, when we're going through these classes, I'll talk about that today we're doing some more Taekwondo sparring stuff, today we're doing some more kickboxing stuff, and then some days I'm like, you know what, today we're doing some karate style stuff. There's a lot of different sparring styles that we go over and that we do in the studio. Some people compete in hybrid tournaments where that more of a karate style is a little bit better used, better planned for. There's some kids that do Taekwondo sparring tournaments. If you're at this studio, you're gonna do some Taekwondo sparring, it's good to practice that. And then finally, there's some people that like to do some kickboxing stuff. So today, that's the area, that's the lane that we are driving in. We're not gonna be working on anything too advanced, we're just gonna be working on jab, crosses, and hooks. More specifically, we'll talk about using same hand punches and some more unorthodox combos. Not orthodox like the stance, but orthodox as in common. So a lot of times we're so used to this idea of you punch with your left, you punch with your right, you punch with your left, you punch with your right, you punch with your left, you punch with your right. But there are different ways that you can go about sparring. So with all that being said, let's get started. Face me, show your hands, kunye, out of this position. To get warmed up, all we're gonna do is work on bringing our knees up high and stepping. So hop up and down for me, go back and forth. Now, when you do this step forward here, lean your body into it. All right, I'm glad to see. So, take your foot, step into it. Sorry, I stopped there for a second. I saw comments from Janine. Hello, Janine. Hopefully you stay with us here. So, I'm gonna step forward, step back. Step forward, step back. Keep that up and hop back and forth. To get started, all I'm gonna have you do is take a step forward, and then shoot your body back. So we're going 1, shoot, 1, shoot, 1, shoot. Almost like you're a young kindergartner that's learning how to count. 1, what was the other one? Shoot. Not sure if they say shoot though. 1, shoot, 1, shoot. Back and forth. Keep going back and forth at your own pace. If this is fast, go for it. If this is slow, you're kind of hopping a bit and then you're stepping into it, I'm fine with that too. Step, back. Step, back. Step, back. Step, back. Nice. All right, switch to your normal stance, whatever feels comfortable for you, whether it's southpaw or orthodox. Now, here's what I want you to do. You're going to bring your knee up, land, shoot back. So knee up. So we're not stepping anymore, we're striking. If I show this sideways, notice how I'm focusing on bringing my knee more out and not in here. So my knee's out, I land in front, shoot back. 1, 2. Let's try this out. Ready? Go. Knee, shoot, knee, shoot. Try that. You got it. It's almost exactly what we just did, right? Really focus on leaning your body back and hitting. If you struggle with this, throw your hands backwards as you do that knee strike. Almost like you're lounging in a chair. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now while we're doing this, I got some sad news. This is gonna be one of the last YouTube online sparring classes. I'm gonna try to find a way to put it into my schedule or maybe upload a video each week for this. But with our new change in schedule, with school starting back up, it makes things a lot harder. Before I had the entire day for kids to come to classes, for me to plan how to do things, but now if I want to teach a class, I got from 4 to 8 to do it. Which means I can only fit so much class time in, and sparring class is one of the first things we looked at in terms of, do we really have time to do this? So this may still be here, but it's probably not gonna be in the same format. I'm gonna miss it too. All right, so now we're gonna move on to our final one here. This final one, you're gonna step and cross, slide. Now when I say cross, it is your backhand. So your jab initially, but once you're finished stepping, it's your backhand. So you're crossing and sliding back. 1, back, 2, back. Now the first one was easy, right? This one you may struggle with getting used to that stepping pattern. Eventually, I'll do a class, maybe not online, maybe in the studio, talking about blitzing where you're going forward this way. But for right now, just do this one step, bam, back, bam, back, bam, back, bam, back. Keep working it out. You guys have got this. Bam. Hopefully, Janine, you're making this work. This is a new sort of thing for you. I know. You're used to Taekwondo sparring, not used to this kickboxing stuff. And back. And feet together. Chariot, kunye. Now let's talk about this jab. Real fast, I'm going to turn sideways. If you have a wall that you can look at and use, you can use that wall. I'm going to use Bob to help me here. You don't have to even turn sideways. You can punch towards the camera if you'd like. We're going to just talk about a simple jab. Now, when you punch somebody in the face, do other people like that? I know you may like that, but does the other person like that? Probably not. So when somebody tries to punch you in the face, you may not like it. Or you're punching somebody else in the face, what is a natural reaction to that? Is it to go, yeah, right there, please? No, you're going to lean backwards. You're going to step backwards. So this jab is a lot harder to hit in reality than it is in practice. On Bob, I can be right here and hit this punch all day, right? But a real person isn't going to let me do that. The second I start to punch, they're going to move, and they're going to try to lean back. So when we do this jab, it's important that I step into it, not only to get power, but to get reach. Look here. I am nowhere close near to hit him. But when I step into it, now I can. So I want you to practice this jab all by yourself. Do it while I'm talking. If you have a wall, get at a good distance, hop up and down, and then step, hit, and then come back. You can tape a little imaginary line on the floor saying after you strike, you're going to come back to that line. So work on that jab. Hit and move. Hit, move. Step forward, back, step into it. Bam, bam, bam. Always have that step. Also, a good thing to know is if you don't step and you're just used to jabbing like this, in practice, you're a rock star. You're never missing the bag. But in reality, if I can hit this punch, they can hit this punch, and you don't want to be in that range. So stay back, jab, move back, bam. Now, if you're ever able to make this clean connection, it's important that you follow it up. Don't just lightly tap and say, okay, have a good day. You need to follow up. So the next punch we're going to talk about is this cross. Now, I'm not going to have you jab first. I'm going to have you step into it and cross. New style here. Real fast, get to your wall, get to the camera, get to wherever you're going to punch. I want you to stay still. Don't take a step forward and cross right. You can rotate onto your heel. You may be hitting okay, well, but you're losing a little bit something. It feels weird. The reason why it feels weird is we're so used to this jab cross, we're also used to having more range on this cross. So when you do this cross, we're going to do the same thing we did with our jab, which is we step, follow through, twist your hips. I step forward, and then I twist and hit. Bam! So I want you to draw your imaginary line, hop, and step, bam, hit, back. We're just crossing. Remember, we're doing some unorthodox punching things today. Step, twist your hip through, snap it back. Don't hold your punch there. Step, back. Step in, bam! Bam! Whoop, bam! Bam! Keep going, keep going. Switch your feet if you'd like, but you choose your stance. Southpaw, meaning your left foot's back. Orthodox, meaning your right foot's back. I don't care what you're doing today. All right, relax. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Leave from your wall or wherever you were punching and face me. Guarding stance, aya. Remember, our hips are open here. We're not closing. Keep your hips open. So, I'm going to call out a number. 1 or 2. When I call out 1, I'm going to raise out this pad. Your goal is to step and jab, hit it, and then come back. When I call out 2, you got this cross here. Now in real life, right, I would hold this pad more back so it forces you to step. But over the internet, that's not how this works. So I'm holding this pad back here Don't just kind of sitting there. Hop up and down. When you see the pad, really reach for it. Are you ready? Hop. I'm gonna call out the number. 1. Nice. 1. Hit back. 1. 1. 2. Good job. 2. Step. Cross. Remember to do it right. 2. 2. 2. 2. 1. 2. 1. 2. Now I'm going to give you a combo. I'm going to give you 2 punches, and you're going to do those 2 punches in a row. Ready? 1, 2. Shh, shh. 1, 2. Shh, shh. That jab cross. Nice. 1, 2. Shh, shh. 2, 1. Shh, shh. 2, 1. Shh, shh. 2, 1. Shh, shh. 1, 2, 2. Shh, shh, shh. 1, 1, 2. Shh, shh, shh. 1, 1, 2. Shh, shh, shh. 2, 2, 1. Shh, shh, shh. 1, 2, 2. Shh, shh, shh. I probably threw you off a little bit there. Again, we're so used to this left, right, left, right, left, right. So when I say cross, cross, or 2, 2, you're like, wait a second. How does that work? How can my second punch have power? Let me tell you. So, freeze for a second, stand in Abby's position. When you throw this jab, right, the jab is something we worked on before. What I'm doing is I'm hitting with this initial punch, or maybe I'm missing, I'm bringing it back, and then I'm following through again. My feet redoes that step, so I don't just go, I'm jabbing, and then I'm coming back and following through. And the cross works the same way. So on my jab, it's important that I have this reach, right? So that's why I step forward again. On my cross, it's important that I have power. So when I hit this cross, 1, I'm going to bring it back, and then I'm going to twist my hip even more the second time. So I'm not going cross, cross, because this second punch hits nothing, right? So I'm going to cross, kind of bring it back, keep my hip locked, and then rotate even more. So you're going 1, 2, 2. That second cross should be even more powerful than the first. So go back to your roll, set your imaginary tape, and I want you to try out this jab, jab, cross, then jab, cross, cross combo. So you're going to switch between the two. So you'll start out, jab, jab, cross. You'll go back behind. Start it even further than you were before. Second one, jab, cross, cross. So you're going jab, jab, cross, then, jab, jab, cross, then jab, cross, cross. Go. Take some time to do it right. I don't care if you're going super fast with this. I don't even care if you're hitting hard. Just make sure your technique's proper. 1, 2, 2. Jab, jab, cross. Jab, cross, cross. Jab, jab, cross. Jab, cross, cross. One more time. Jab, jab, cross. Jab, cross, cross. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. We're now going to talk about our hook. The final punch, the black sheep of the family. You know, jabs and crosses are considered straight punches because you're punching straight. A hook is not a straight punch. Now on our hook, a big problem that I see a lot of people have. When I say problem, I should rather say one issue people have, or one way of going about a hook that people often do, is they do all hooks super, super powerful, super, super strong, and super, super obvious. Go into your guarding stance, put your hands up. Let's say you want to throw this front hook, right? Go for it, throw it. Okay, do it again. Do it one more time. Now let me ask you a question about it. Did your shoulder go past your hip here? If your shoulder went past your hip, it basically tells your opponent, I am throwing a hook. I'm throwing the most powerful punch I can. And sometimes you may be able to catch somebody on that punch, and if you do, oh, I pray for their life, because it's a powerful one. But the problem is the second you bring the shoulder back, they know you're throwing a hook, you're not gonna hit that punch. Or if you do hit that punch, cool, but throw it once, see that it's probably not gonna work, and then you need to figure out how you can throw this hook and actually have it land. I used to do this all the time, where I was going bam, 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 bam. And then I fought somebody who knew a lot more about kickboxing than I did, and it just felt like I was punching the air. They kept bobbing and weaving and slipping and just literally leaning their head back to the point where I could just never hit a strike. And then the first hook I landed, I realized something. My shoulder wasn't being my pivot point. My hip was. So my hip was coming across, my shoulder was following, and my elbow came through. Bam! When I did that, it was a lot harder for them to see this hook coming, and I was able to actually hit a hook in. So try it out. Let's do a couple of hooks. Hook, rotate your hip, shoulder, elbow. Bring your elbow up. Bam, 1, 2. Now try your other hand. Twist your hip, your heel, bam, hook. 1, 2, 3. Now try doing both. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now just like your cross, right? How it felt unnatural just staying in one place and throwing it, your hook's the same thing. We're so used to throwing jab, then cross, then hook, that we're so used to our feet already being in a good position stepping wise. But if I'm throwing a hook plane, and I'm here and I don't do a step, I'm not hitting. So I'm gonna do the same step that we did the first time, right? I'm gonna call it the jab step. That's just what I call it. I step like I'm gonna jab, then I rotate and hook. So I do my jab step, hook. Another way to think about it is slip, bam, hook. Let's try this out. Let's do a couple. Go. Jab step, hook. Now try your back leg. Jab step, hook. Front leg, back leg, front leg, back leg, front and back leg, front and back leg. Now, I'm not gonna have you punch the wall with this one. Janine, you're good. I'm glad you're trying your best. You do not have to punch the wall. But I would like you to do a brand new combo. I would like you to do a brand new combo. If you're not doing it in the wall, I want you to try it in the air. It's gonna feel a bit weird. If you need to rewind it back to watch it again, go for it. The combo that we're gonna do is a jab, and then fire with that same hand, hook. So in the air, it looks like this. 1, 2. If I'm doing this in my orthodox stance, how I actually fight, 1, 2. I'm jabbing, and when they bring their hands in, as they lean back, I'm following with that second punch. This is gonna catch more people off guard than you think. So let's try this out. Get in front of your wall or stand there, set an imaginary tape. If you're doing it in the air, just make sure you're moving forward. Go. 1, 2. Don't bring your shoulder back, so not 1, 2, 1, 2. If you bring your shoulder back, you're not hitting that hook. All right, do it all by yourself. Go for it. 1, 2. Let me move Bob a bit. Realize I was a bit far away. Do it again. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. One more time. 1, 2. All right, take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Face me, I got the pads, we're gonna do the same thing. This time, we got, did I get the pads right? I mixed them up. 1, as your jab, right? 2, as your cross. 3, as your front hook. 4, as your back hook. I'm gonna just call a couple of hands individually, and then we're gonna start to do some combos. Ready? Go. 1, do the step. 1, 2, 1, 1, 4, 3, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now I'm gonna call out 3-part combos, so I'm gonna give you 3 punches and then you're gonna throw them out, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Remember on your cross, make sure you get closer. Don't just throw here at it. Step it on that cross and then hit your hook. 2, 3, 4, go. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. I should go a bit higher. Ready? Go. 2, 3, 4. Again. 2, 3, 4. Again, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay. Okay. 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. Ready? Go. Go again. Sometimes I'm going to move a bit back. If I move a bit back, that's just me telling you to step forward. Ready? Go. 1, 3, 4. Again, go. One more time. All right. Final combo, I'm going to give you a 4-part. 2, 3, 3, 4. 2, 3, 3, 4. Ready? Go. So 1, you're aiming at the body. 1, you're aiming at the head. Ready? 2, 3, 3, 4. Ready? Go. Oh. Go. Now freeze. We're gonna practice that one on the wall. That's why I wanted to end with it last. So when I do this cross, I'm hitting my initial punch. I'm moving it, I'm doing that step, right? Now after I hit that, what may happen is you'll see somebody's hands instinctually go up and create kind of this guard. Now if they're going down here, you know, if you're kickboxing, if you're MMA fighting, you're just doing a knee to the face. However, most kickboxers, most boxers, they're gonna bring their hand up and they're gonna sink a bit lower, opening this rib cage. Especially if you straight punch a lot, they're gonna cover their face here so you can't hit them. So you hit this cross, bam! When you do that, you'll see the slight rib opening, you hit it. When you hit that rib opening, what is their hands gonna naturally do? Go to the area that hurts, right? So, you throw this cross to get them to raise their hands. You hit the open area to get them to drop their hands, and then your final 2 punches is basically you saying, okay, now that your hands are down, I'm just gonna hit you hard. So you're going 1, 2, fire up 3, 4. So you're going cross to the face, hook to the ribs, hook to the face, hook to the face. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you ready? Do it in your wall. If you got it, bob yourself. Hit bob as hard as you can. Go for it. Cross, step into it. Hook, hook, cross. Remember, if you want to bring your hand really far down here to hit that hook, make it powerful, really make them react to you hitting you in the ribs, be ready for them to throw this front hand and just hit you in the face. That's why keeping this hand locked and twisting your shoulder helps you because it also keeps you protected. So let's do it 3 or 4 more times. Go by yourself. Cross, hook, hook, hook. Now my feet work's gonna be a little soggy, so try to catch it. Try to catch it. See what I'm doing wrong. This is my southpaw stance. I don't practice southpaw as much as I should. Keep going, guys. Janine says it would be easier if she had her own bob. That's not your mom volunteering to be bob for you, Janine. If you don't have a bob, doing it in the air works fine. So if you see me over here, I can still do that. Just set an imaginary wall. Even if you had a wall, like let's just say Bob's a wall here, I'm going here and I'm practicing moving forward. So Bobs help because it helps you imagine, envision your opponent, envision their movement. But at the end of the day, this technique can be done with a person or without a person. It's fun if you have a holder, and it's great, it helps you practice. But right now at home, working on this comboism, you can do it in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ba, 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 ba. All right, face me. Jariet, Cunye. I got one more drill today. I'm gonna have you create your own kickboxing combo, your own punching combo. Something that you can practice at home and then throw quite a bit in a sparring match, or maybe if you guys do some face shield stuff, practice these combos. Maybe even in a karate match. In karate, you're allowed to strike to the face. You can do these combos. So, you're gonna create your own combo, but my only request is that you follow through and you use your same hand twice. So whether it's a cross, hook, a cross, cross, a jab, hook, a jab, uppercut, cross, I don't care what you do. You got 5 punches and you must use the same hand twice. The best way to create this combo, something that you can practice at home, maybe you have pad holders that you can have in practice, you're gonna think of a combo. Think of any combo you'd like. Think of the first punch you wanna throw. throw it. Then follow through and do what comes naturally. See what's open, see where you can hit, and now you're creating something. At the end of the day, it may not be a combo that ever actually works, but you're getting used to just free flowing with your punches. That's going to be one of your most important tools. So take a couple of seconds here. I'm going to create my own. I'm going to talk through my process, and hopefully that helps you create it. And then we're going to practice it 3 or 4 times, full intensity, and then we'll end class there. So creating my combo. To start out, I'm always going to start with my main thing, the thing that I like to throw out a lot to judge distance, jab. I'm going to say that when I hit this jab, the other person is going to lean backwards. So how can I follow it up and get closer? Well, I can throw this cross and hopefully sneak it in, but if they're leaning back, I may not be able to hit it. So I'm going to go jab, and then I'm going to follow through with the second jab. That way I can get closer. So I'm imagining my opponent moving backwards, right? So I'm going 1, 2. From here, I'm going to say that this person is going to start to charge, and they're going to want to throw this left hook here. So I want to make sure that I keep this hand up, so if I throw this punch, it can work. A cross would be good because it covers, but I'm going to throw this front hook here. And then as they throw that back hook, I'm going to bob and weave and hook to the ribs and hook up. And that's 2 of the same hand twice. So let me try this out. I know they're throwing that back hook, and I know I want to move in. So I'm going 1, 2. They throw the hook, I'm going to cover. 1, bob and weave, hook, hook, and then just end with a hook there. So that's my combo. It may not ever work, it may be really silly, but it's something that we're coming up on the fly. We're free flowing through it, okay? So let's try it 3 times full speed. I'll do mine in the air to show solidarity for Janine, who doesn't have a bob of her own. Ready, so hands up, go. Aya! A lot of hooks in there, right? And go. Aya! Let's go one more time. Go. Aya! Face me. Chariot. Kunye. At each position. Thank you guys for being here today. Hopefully you learned something a little bit new about kickboxing. It helps your classes go a little bit smoother, and hopefully you learn a little bit about kickboxing and karate fighting in the process. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next week. What's our goal? Black belt, excellent sir. I will see you later. Mother. There was a fly over there, and then I saw the mother of that fly flying around too. It's been annoying me all day if you heard me say those words.